Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Carrison here, and we're doing another Young Royals, and we're moving into the second half of Season 3. Which, Season 3 has been very enjoyable, especially with, of course, the struggles that both Willem and Simon have gone through, as well as, I guess, everyone else at Hiliska, and I guess outside if you want to, account for Sarah. Obviously, that was very present in the last episode with August showing up, with her suspecting her dad's drinking again. But obviously those struggles for Simon especially were pretty present, even when he was trying to, score a bit of a positive note, really, with that picture. He had that call from Willem, and that got even interrupted when he found the police outside his home because someone decided to throw a rock at it. So, so it's going to be very interesting to see where things are going to go for the second half of things. 3 episodes left remaining for Season 3, for this final season, especially with this mounting pressure, I would say, for I guess Simon, really. It will be very interesting, like I said, to see what will happen. So why don't we get into this episode of Young Royals, episode number 4 of Season 3. Let's go. Just hatred from these assholes. I want to boot them in the face.
Vi har liksom bott där i 14 år.
Now you're gonna have to move.
Men det måste finnas något de kan göra, okej? Det kommer lösa sig.
Because how much worse can it get? What will happen when...
120 minuter har...
What will happen if, like, Linda gets injured? If the house burnt down? Because these assholes have no limits. They think they're big and fucking clever, but they're not. They're just cowards.
Okej, hallå, kom, vi går. Alltså, Felice, ignorera henne bara.
Oh my god. That just hurts.
Är du homofob? Är det vad grejen?
Homofob? Nej, verkligen inte. Problemet är inte att du är gay. Problemet är att du är kommunist. Förstår du? Eller
sure it is.
Dina känslor nu?
I find doubt for some reason.
Ja, men gå och gör det.
Fan vad du är patetisk.
Hey, since you like jokes and all of that, you know what would be funny? You getting yeeted out the window.
Det går att göra utan att någon föds till att göra det. Utan att folket får välja.
Boy.
Och att du ville...
Of course there are these differences.
Vad är det för liv?
In terms of like the way they...
Prata med mig om du känner dig ensam.
Kanske.
Jag har teoriprov.
Nej.
Jag ska ta körkort.
Fan vad kul. Hejdå.
He's trying, but it's like
Lycka
Sarah's
till.
not wanting it.
Vi ses.
Han har fått hatbrev förut, men någon har kastat en jävla sten genom hans fönster. Han är ju livrädd.
Okej,
As well as...
jag ser över det.
Okej,
Is that we'll look into it?
tack.
Or we are actually gonna look into it?
Jag försöker bara hjälpa dig, Wilhelm.
Yeah, but August.
Okay,
And,
fine.
just everything going on, obviously, in regards to...
Då vill jag att Simon följer med på min födelsedag.
Yeah.
Förväntar vi oss att du också gör din del.
Vad är min del?
This guy, social media, etc.
Säkrare är du. Inga inlägg på sociala medier, inga kommentarer, inga bilder, ingen ny musik, inga interaktioner.
No new music, no... Yeah, oh my god.
Inget.
There we go. You could see the tears in his eyes. Because that's it, he didn't want to do it, but...
Så kan du åtminstone välja någonting som du brinner för. Något som betyder någonting för dig. Något som kanske har med psykisk ohälsa...
especially with how... I'd say prevalent that has been as of recent. And
Det är liksom... Vet att jag är kär i dig gör ju skillnad. Kan inte det få räcka?
I get why Simon's wanting to kind of do this.
Sätt som skolan inte kan ignorera.
Strike out.
Strejka.
Let's go. Oh
vi
boy.
ber er alla att joina oss. Och ni 1 och 2 år som tänker att det kanske kommer förändras till nästa
Alltså
läsår.
ärligt, de hackar på mig. Så du kan bara vara solidarisk när det inte kostar dig något.
Ay. Here we go. Not thinking about the repercussions here. Like as long as it as long as it benefits. Oh boy.
Trevligt tillsammans.
I hate it here. Bit empty, isn't it?
Resten av klassen?
De strejkar.
Va?
They're striking!
Kommer få en officiell varning och jag kommer prata med era föräldrar.
There are gonna be some people a bit rattled, but...
Exakt. Det enda vi kräver är att reglerna lätt.
Jo. Om de inte ger upp så serveras det ingen middag.
Jag kan inte... Oh
stäng
shit.
skolcaféet och köket och lås dörrarna till elevhemmen. Tills de ger upp.
Oh, yeah, there's gonna be a few people who are gonna be like, oh shit, we can't let this happen, right? But there are gonna be some people with stronger resolve, like I guess.
Vi inte kommer låta oss svälta ihjäl.
Ja, men vi borde ha tänkt på det.
Ja, men jag trodde bara inte att det skulle ta så här liksom långt.
Oh, of course you didn't.
Klaga. Alltså, ett lugn över hela kroppen.
Det låter som en ätstörning.
No. I mean, this is concerning, considering that, like I said, he does play with his body a bit. Yeah.
Brukar du för fan vara rolig, men vad fan hände? Alltså på riktigt. Du blir fan bara tråkigare och tråkigare för varje jävla dag som går. Alltså fuck you, på riktigt.
Oh my god. Just because he's not petulant like you.
Men snälla, jag är desperat.
Come on, you can't do that to your guy. And then everyone else is gonna kick up. But to be fair,
Hur störde att Henry ville swisha mig 300 för min klubba?
I know.
Näst på tur har vi, vadå snälla?
En energi.
I think he paid more than the lollipop.
Att du har varit jättedeppig och så, men du kan liksom inte ta ut det på alla andra.
Guys, I'm sure if she said something that made them worried, they would have acted on it. I'm sure it's fine.
She might have left out some detail, but I mean, there are some fucked up things that happen in these, like, initiations. Cute. It's just cute. Wholesome. She gonna
Vet du vad?
contemplate it?
Vi gör så här.
Oh.
Ni får tillbaka era mobiltelefoner.
That's all, okay? I'm fine with that.
Okej? Då så. Svälten är slut. Nu äter vi.
That's it though, like any kind of like degrading, nonsense. Just, yeah. You got your graduation, you got your phones.
Och leva med det. Men jag vill också att du ska veta att jag är väldigt tacksam över att du var min första riktiga vän.
That's it though, it's sad. Well, yeah. Guess it is just like this at this point in time. But now Felice is now feeling abandoned as well.
På så jag vill inte vara känslig sådär, men ja, jag blev sårad.
Yeah, I imagined it would, but
Men jag tog bara bort några appar, det är väl inte...
it's the memories though that you're sharing on there. I mean, and it's not even your choice.
August, han hade hatat dig om han visste vad du gjorde mot mig.
Det har han säkert gjort, men jag tror inte att
Oh,
du
shit.
kände Erik fullt ut.
August, jo, det gjorde jag visst.
Did he though?
Jag var ju för fan hans bror.
Det hände oss. Vår klass. Och Erik,
Oh bloody hell!
hans treor var de som höll ur.
Oh my god!
Erik var där. Så sa de att den första som får stånd får spö.
Oh my god!
Satte de på en film, 2 killar. Ja. Bara asgarvade.
Då är ni välkomna in.
Yeah, Boris, I think this is gonna be a long one. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Well, I feel like I've been betrayed. Because, like, there have been good things there have been nothing but good things I've been assuming about it, but, you know, there's just that front. That's it. The good. Oh my god. And you think back to, I think it was 2 episodes. There was, like, some curiosity in regards to August's, like, initiation and how even he was deterred from reflecting about it and That's it though. That is He had one job, Eric, and that was to be probably the most missed character, if anything. Like, you know, you had so much goodness to talk about. And, yeah. We were rooting for him. We were, like, I was definitely, well, yeah, that's it, though. I say we were rooting for him. Obviously, people might have watched, you know, me just being sad for Eric and all of that in regards to, you know, how great of a person he was. And they might have already watched, like, I don't know if someone's catching up and all of that. They might have already watched this episode and they'd be like, yeah, about Eric. But it's just really sad. It's just really... It's sad. It's fucked up as well, in regards to what Eric did, because of course he, you know, he with what August and everyone else as well went through. Obviously, it's mainly down to, it's mainly centralized around August since we know him and all of that. But the thing is, there's that homophobia, there's that assault on August. So, yeah, that's it though. It's a double kick in the gut, really, that he initiated on homophobia as well as assault. It's sexual assault at the end of the day. You can't really sugarcoat it, and not that you should, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and yeah. So, and that's it for Willem. Like I said, it's gonna fuck him up because I feel like you know, he looked at him as an idol, and there's this whole thing of never meet your heroes and all of that, but he really idolized his brother because we've seen him talk great about him, and he could do no wrong, and August breaks out this bad news about Eric, which is so hard to digest, but I mean, for us, and like I said, we've had our for me, I've definitely had my my gripes with August. But this season has shown him to be on a more sympathetic level. Of course, there is the pain in regards to Sarah, and you can't really blame what's going on in her mind to why she might not want to talk to August at this point. But the whole eating disorder thing that was brought up in this episode, and it was really, really sad because, like I said, we've seen him, play around with his stomach in order to, he is not pleased, even though that he is so but he's on an eating disorder and all of that. And hello, you. He even said in this episode that maybe it's I'm not fussed about not eating and all of that, and it just it's just really sad. And then, of course, like I said in a couple of episodes ago, there was this little tease in regards to prying deeper into the initiation that August went through. And then, of course, it came about in this episode with the fact that Eric, not just, it sucks. It's absolutely painful to hear that bombshell. You had a feeling what August was going to talk about was going to be pretty revealing about Eric, especially with this whole situation that Willem was like, I know my brother, okay? But it's always this case of there might be something you don't know. And yeah, here we are. Ugh. It sucks. It's absolutely devastating. And that's it, though. This is gonna really mess up his birthday celebrations. Gone. That's done. Because, like I said, this is gonna fuck him up mentally. The fact that this is not something we're gonna skirt past. This is the big betrayal. This is devastating. And there's already a lot on the mind of Willem at the minute, not just in terms of what's going on with his mother, but also the relationship with Simon and Willem. It's a bit difficult at the minute, which we'll get into in a moment. This is just a cherry on top, right? So it's just messed up. It's just fucked. And fuck Eric, right? But celebrations, like I said, gone, done. Yeah. But yeah, it was very interesting prying into this episode because there was this whole strike situation that was going about, which ultimately worked at the end. I could blame Simon for feeling a bit offended with the fact that Vincent was taking the piss and all of that. So yeah, but it's gonna be it was gonna be very, very interesting to see how that strike was gonna pan out, because obviously Ilska's been affected this season, and at least they got a bit of a victory there. But even then, some of the shenanigans that went down, I mean, there were some fun moments, but there were some, of course, crude moments and all of that. And I mean, you heard Felice talk about the the fact that the fact that she did have that like little interview thing and all of that, and she would reveal about the fact that about how the initiations have been grotesque and all of that. So but yeah, her friends are feeling a bit, even though nothing has happened yet, her friends are feeling a bit ooey, and but yeah, I will say I did feel I did so much sympathize with Sarah, coming back, and she's already feeling quite lonely, and it was really, really painful when it came to, just her with her headphones in, and, her former friends are there, and she knows to leave the room and all of that. And it was just really, really painful. I mean, at least things might be on the up between Sarah and Felice. I don't know. I do suspect that they will be, friends again, even if, even if there is no forgiveness, Sarah can just be very thankful for those experiences. But still, it does suck. But yeah, I mean, it was just really, really, it was just really exhausting and heartbreaking with, of course, Simon and Willem as well, because, of course, there is a lot of pressure on Simon at the minute, but of course there is continued pressure for Willem and Simon, especially when they were talking about which thing to, when they were talking about which charity to advocate, and you had Simon suggesting, you could talk about LGBTQ plus or mental health, and mental health. I feel like for Willem is, given what he's and now the revelation of Eric. I feel like that is, I guess, sadly on brand, but also mental health, especially these last few years, have been. Especially when you consider the pandemic and how much of an effect that has had on people, I feel like that's a pretty important subject to talk about. Not that, LGBTQ plus isn't, but there was, of course, a little bit of that hesitation and all of that from Willem, saying, I can't do a political statement and all of that, so... And, it was just very, very... going into that, because that's it. He might not want to make it political and all of that, but I'm sure it's still something that he can still talk about, like with the LGBTQ plus issues. So yeah, but I feel like mental health for Willem himself is, I feel like that pushes more of a precedence with what he was going through at the ending of last season, and like I said, now that the cat's out of the bag with Eric, so he only has to pick one though, doesn't he? So otherwise, I would suggest both, but that's why I'm saying mental health, I guess, for. But there's just so much that's just tiring in terms of like it's hurting us. Just especially with Simon's side of things as well, because I will say, you could see it on his face, and you could see how burnt he was when he was making these sacrificial calls in terms of deleting his social medias, I'm just really worried about where things are going to go with them too, but you can see that things are affecting Simon in terms of the struggles he's making and all of that, in terms of the decisions he's making, in terms of the sacrifices he might have to make. I mean, even the social media, he had his friend like just talk about how painful that was, and I was thinking private, like maybe not make the current account private, but maybe re-upload all the pictures on a private account, maybe. That way you can still keep the memories. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you could see how much of a toll it is, because he wants to be with Willem. Sure, he wants this relationship to work, which, you know, we all do. But there are sacrifices on who Simon is, if that makes sense. Like, he feels like he has to put who he is in the back of his mind so he can be happy, and that is heartbreaking. So, and that's why I feel like things are gonna just, it's just gonna be difficult. Maybe next episode, we've got 2 episodes left, so yeah. So it's just really, really, you know, sad and all of that. And of course, with the differences in Willem and Simon's life, you know, you have Willem who worries about, are you really anti-monarchy, and, you know, how does that affect us? And you know, with Willem and what he said, it's a situation of you know, he was talking about that privilege and all of that. You know, it's something like, especially with the historical essence of the crown, there is this obligation, and yeah, it's like this at the end of the day, basically. So yeah, and there are just some things that just, you know, for Simon, it kind of rubs the wrong way and all of that, and yeah, it's getting to a point of, like, with the house being attacked in the last episode, for example, there are, like, extra measures being placed that might not sit well with him, if that makes sense, like the social media thing. So yeah, but it's also, but at the same time, he also wants to try and make sure that this relationship does stick and all of that. But there is good, because of the differences between both Simon and Willem. It's making, I feel like it makes Simon go into this position where he's putting what he wants in the back of his mind so he can thrive with Willem, and it's going to be very, very painful when it comes to the point where it becomes too much for Simon. So that's why I feel like there's going to be a huge bump in the road between Simon and Willem. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, solid episode, heartbreaking conclusion, like, especially with what August had to say to Willem about Eric. Like I said, all you had to do was just remain to be a great character. Yeah. I'm disappointed. I am disappointed is sugarcoating it. I am pissed off with Eric. Asshole. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!